Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about how I became a successful YouTuber in 2024. Now, obviously, the first part of this is you just have to post. So often I hear from people saying, I should start a YouTube channel. And my thing for years was, I should start a YouTube channel. That's something I always used to say to myself. And then you just figure out, well, why don't I just start a YouTube channel? See, part of the mental hurdle for people getting started is just that, getting started. People think, oh, it's got to be perfect the first time. Your first 100 videos are going to be terrible. I can tell you that right now. I watch back some of my older stuff now and I'm like, oh my God, did I really say that? And you kind of get to that point where it's like, okay, well, does this align with what I'm saying? Like, do I believe what I'm saying? Because so often, another thing I see with people starting out is they need to lean a certain way and be like, okay, I might not necessarily believe this, but the mainstream popularity believes this. That's one thing I've never done. Like, I believe Terminator 2 is a bad transfer. And I back that up. I get on facts and I'm like, I believe this sucks because of this reason and it should be better. And I know people have started saying, oh, the original Terminator transfer was also bad. But no, I actually quite like that one. And yes, it may be an upscale, it may be whatever. I know it may not be the mono track that people were saying. I never noticed it watching it. So I'm going to say, you know what, I enjoyed this, and I believe that as a fan of the movie, you will enjoy it as well. And this is the thing, I don't do the whole breakdown of here frame by frame and, oh, if you look at this reference quality, blah. I don't do that stuff. I leave that for other YouTubers to do, but I always go like, here's my opinion on this piece. You may not agree with it, you may have different thoughts, but I believe this is whatever. And that's part of why I became successful, because this isn't scripted. This isn't a clean studio program of everything's got to be written down and filmed and edited and blah. This is just me talking to an iPhone with a microphone on my shirt and talking about movies that are literally right behind me. And, it doesn't necessarily have to be super edited. And I know people say, oh, why don't you show footage from these movies? Well, I don't show copyrighted footage. And this is another reason why I believe my channel has been so successful. Because I'm not showing copyrighted music, copyrighted footage or playing copyrighted music. I'm avoiding that completely. I did the Superman reaction trailer, and I know there were some comments saying, why don't you just show the trailer? And I'm like, I don't really want to go into the realm of using copyrighted material. I think it's risky, and I know YouTubers do it. I know there was an argument on that in the comment section of, well, how can Tyrone Magnus do it? How can other YouTubers do it? How can John Campier do it? Well, I believe that would fall under fair use. I believe there are certain limits in fair use. Also, I don't know if the American copyright system is the same as the Australian copyright system. But, we have such a thing in Australia called fair dealing, and I would prefer not to use it if I can. I just want to make content, and I just want to align with my fans. See, like, everyone knows where the trailer is. It's on the DC thing. The idea is that you'll go and watch their thing, then come and watch me, and then you'll watch me react to it, even though the video's not there. But I'm showing it as like, well, you know what I'm reacting to, but I can't show it, I'm not playing music, and that also protects me against like the insane copyright system of YouTube that just flags videos that sort of mention certain things. So I've seen a lot of YouTubers lose their channels over that stuff, so I'm very cautious of copyright. But also, the other thing is, you need to really be authentic on this thing, and that's something I really want to talk about in this video. You've got to be authentic on this. If you don't believe what you're saying, then you're not going to find an audience. If you're doing, okay, I'm going to talk about the stock market. Okay, what does Jamie have to offer about the stock market? I'm not a day trader. I'm not someone who has money tied up in stocks. I have never traded one stock. Why would I talk about the stock market? It's like if I went and bought a can of Coca-Cola or a bottle of water, and I said, I've got a bottle of water now. I know all about H2O and how it's made, and I know all about the process that went into that bottle and all that. I don't. I just know I got a bowl of water, you know? Terrible analogy. But, you know, I don't know about that enough to break it down and say, well, this is the water in the bottle. Here's what goes into it. Here's how the bottle are made. Blah, blah, you know? I just know about, I've got a bowl of water. Whereas something I'm more knowledgeable about is my movies. I know, oh, I've got a movie here. This is what's on that disc. Here's what I feel when I watch it. Here's why I bought it. Here's what I think. That, you know, we're talking about Superman. Here's why I got Man of Steel. And, you know, I understood Zack Snyder at the end of the day. Like, I didn't necessarily like Man of Steel in the initial stage. I thought it was a wrong movie for Superman. But then when I got to Batman vs Superman, the what is it, the Ultimate Edition, and also is that, there's two versions of that. This is the good version. We don't need that version. This is the Snyder version, the more IMAX shots in that. But, you know, that opening shot with Bruce Wayne where, you know, it starts telling you, like, okay, this is why that movie works. That's why Man of Steel works. And same with the Snyder Cut, the Justice League. You know, when you see the whole vision, you can align with that. But this is the thing, I'm more knowledgeable about stuff like that than I am about the water bottle. So why would I be commenting on the water bottle when I know more about this topic than I do that water bottle? This is the mistake I see so many YouTubers make. And here's the thing, if you film a 1 hour podcast and 3 hour podcast and this is your first time on YouTube, you haven't established a fan base, then what incentive do people have to listen to that podcast? You have no reputation to those people. You have to build the fan base first. Start off with a 10-minute video first. Do that for about a month. Do that for 2, 3, 4 months. Build the fan base. And then say, you know what? I think I could do a half-hour podcast. Nothing too crazy. But then you see how the half-hour podcast works. Then take it to an hour if the fans like it. This is the mistake that so many people make. They think they're just going to walk onto YouTube and have an automatic fan base. No, you have to put in the work. You have to show up. Like, you have to be able to say, you know what? I put in the hours. The first month I was on YouTube, I posted every day. I was posting every day. And I've done that some months since. Like, there was a break I took from, I don't know if it was April, May, or June or something. But I did take a break. And I couldn't, because it was all going to my head. And obviously I rebranded around that time and went to the physical way, which was a mistake. But then I changed back to Jamie Toomey Presents now. And, you know, this channel's been successful. But I was posting every day and I was showing up. I was saying, you know what? I've got other stuff happening in my life. Yes, I've got to work. I've got to do all this other stuff. But no, I am passionate about this. This is something that I see long-term potential in. And that I think if it goes successfully, maybe it could become a job. I don't know. I mean, I think it's Tyrone Magnus's job now. I think it's John Campier's job. Like, YouTube is very successful. And, you know, I might look at stuff like Twitch and that in the future. But right now, I'm not going to dilute it. I'm going to stay, you know what? YouTube is the priority. Yes, I've got that second news channel, which is completely separate. That's because there's certain topics I want to cover that I can't cover on this channel that, you know, I'll put it on the news channel because I want to do certain topics that are a bit more straight to video, straight to you. Whereas these ones take a bit more thought and a bit more, you know, I don't know what I'm going to talk about in one of these videos. And then I've also got the Instagram that I've really been pushing. That's down there in the description. That I really am trying to get those numbers up on Instagram because I think Instagram could be a potential outlet if something was to go wrong on YouTube, and that's somewhere I could easily post videos to. It can take the full-length videos. I know people say Twitch and like Patreon and all this stuff, but I don't want to do that yet. That's something I'm not comfortable because it would dilute my YouTube presence. And maybe in a year or two, maybe something I'll revisit, but right now, YouTube's priority. And Instagram can be like secondary. Now, obviously, I'm taking a bit of a break from Instagram at the moment, just in terms of posting, because I want to test the long-term sitting of videos and see how they gain views over time without me actually posting. So I'm just testing the market, and also I've paid for the verified thing, which is for a long-term video I've done, so people will notice I've got the tick there for this month. That is a long-term video, so if you're wondering why that's there, it's not because I need the tick. I'm not famous enough to have the tick, but I'm just like, I paid for it. I just want to see if it adds any metrics or brings any followers to me or does anything for the videos. That is something that yeah, I'll have a video on that at some point, and we will talk about that. But, you know, I'm always looking at long-term videos. I'm also working on a video about the CRT that I've set up, and I've got a Mac Mini connected to it, and I'm trying to format videos to have on that complement the TV, and, you know, it's a project that I'm working on, and I haven't filmed even one video of it, but at the moment I'm just trying to work out the process of how it would actually work, and if it is actually possible. That could be a 12-month project or something, but I am working on a project on that you'll see at some point. And this is the thing, I'm always looking for doing better content. Yes, most of my videos are just me sitting in front of a bookshelf talking about physical media, which I'm sure my fans love. But I also want to broaden. I also want to do videos that get you thinking, that whatever. I also am going to have a few videos like here and there of, you know, just testing out, like, you know, I mentioned got an Austin Powers. I've done an Austin Powers review. Now, there are stuff I mentioned in there that some videos I'm working on. I also need to break down American Pie on 4K, which is up top here. I don't know if I can get it down without dropping Goku there, but... No, is it going to come down? So I got American Pie on 4K, and that is something that I watched last night. Quite enjoyed it. I think it looked pretty good for what it is. I think it is a 4K, native 4K transfer, and yeah, I will do a review on it at some point, and just let you know how it looks compared to maybe the Blu-ray. And well, actually, no, I'm not going to compare it directly to the Blu-ray. I don't think that's something I need to do. I'll just say, you know what, here's what I thought about it, and I'll break down certain things of like, yeah, this is why it worked and why it didn't. But this is the thing, you've got to know your niche. This is why I've been successful on YouTube. I know my niche. I know the fans who are watching me, because I am one of those fans. I am one of you guys. I used to watch films at home. I still do. I watch Tyrone Magnus. I watch Campier, even though Campier says he's never owned a piece of physical media, and he still wants to talk like he has any sort of say on physical media. That's why I like Robert on there. I forget his last name, but Rob jumps on there, and he's a big physical media collector and says, no, this is why it's great. And, you know, that's what I like. Campier can admit when he's wrong, and sometimes stubbornly, but, you know, people will jump on, and, you know, Chris will jump on and say, you know what, John, you don't know about that. That's something, as an actor, this is what I know about. Not physical media, but, you know, sometimes she gets on and actually corrects him as well. But, you know, there are certain YouTubers I watch, and that's the thing I'm trying to say, like, I find YouTubers and I watch YouTubers, so I'm actively watching people as they're watching me. Like, I'm watching Nick 4K react to me, and then I'm trying to understand what he's saying. I'm watching people like, there's this guy who does some pretty good videos, Home Cinema Enthusiast. He does some pretty good videos. He hasn't got a big following at the moment, so if you can go and give him a follow, I'm sure he will appreciate it. But he's been getting more confident in front of that camera, and it reminds me of me when I first started. Like, I didn't start straight away and was like, oh, as confident as I am right now in front of a camera. It's something that I've had to build towards. And I can see him starting to get that confidence now, and, you know, I'm watching him and all these other YouTubers start to find that confidence, and it's really inspiring to be like, this is awesome. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm anything special or anything, but like, if my presence can help 5 other people come up behind me and be like, okay, these people are also breaking through, that is a win in my view, and that is something that I'm so happy about. Like, I'm sure, I haven't heard anything from Jeff. I've never spoken to Jeff, but I'm sure Jeff films at home. I'm sure he looks around the industry, the YouTube's landscape now, and be like, I was doing that when no one was doing it, or I actually helped a lot of this break out and people get interested in that. You know, I'm sure the, you know, Angry Video Game Nerd can probably look at people like Films at Home and myself and be like, oh yeah, I was doing this before that. Or, you know, I remember Films at Home having this whole video room or whatever, and it was like his video shop. He had a desk that he was at with an old computer, and I remember that video. It might have been the Home Alone video, but he had like, I think there was a Ghostbusters standee on the desk. And yeah, I remember that video. I remember it very clearly. But Last Gamer, geez, Last Gamer. Don't forget about Last Gamer. Like, obviously, Joel, I don't know what's happening with Joel now. I haven't heard from Joel. I haven't seen Joel. I've never actually had a discussion with Joel. But, you know, I used to watch him all the time. He was a massive megastar on YouTube in terms of his collection. He had that Atari game that was like Atari Tetris or whatever. But yeah. So So yeah, the reason why I feel like I'm a successful YouTuber is because I respect the fans and I'm real. I just, I just come on here and talk. I'm not scripting this. I'm just coming on, and yes, I have ideas for videos, don't get me wrong. It's not like I just jump on here and be like, I mean, sometimes I jump on here and be like, let's just make up a video as we go along. But it's not like I'm doing that every time. I will show you this American Pie 4K real quickly, because look at that. That's what it looks like inside. That's what the back looks like. Side looks like. And then we'll take all this out. What else is in here? Just because, why not? I'll give you a bonus. Comes with a little card of Jim with the pie. Nothing on the back of it. Little booklet. We'll just tell your mother that we ate it all. Little, yeah, picture booklet. And then, yeah, obviously the case looks a bit like that, I'm sure. I'll do a more in-depth thing on this in an actual video, but just so you get an idea of what it looks like. Because, yeah, why not reward you with a bonus that I'm sure you didn't click on this video thinking you're going to see the American Pie thingy, but there you go. That's a reward for watching this whole video, I guess. Put that back where it belongs, and then we'll do an actual review on that at some point, so I'll leave this sitting out. And, yeah, follow the socials down there. Yeah, drop a like, especially Instagram. Follow the Instagram if you can, because it really would help me if you follow the Instagram. I am trying to get more followers on Instagram, but it's so difficult to break out on Instagram. I didn't know, like, it's so difficult. But yeah, if not, I will curate some videos over here that I'm sure you will like. I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, but I will curate some things that I'm sure you'll like as a follower of me. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.